Step one, I would start by figuring out what my niche is. Your niche is basically what topic you talk about in your YouTube channel. So for example, on this channel, I talk about money and being a content creator. On my main channel, I talk about self-improvement and getting girls. Some guys' niche might be fitness. Some other guys' niche might be nofap. That's a great place to start to figure out what is like the number one topic that you will speak about. So how do you figure out your niche? It comes down to what you're actually credible about. Ask yourself this question right now. Where have you made progress? What do you know a lot about? Like imagine if we went to like a Walmart in America on like a normal busy day. Imagine if I cut off the roof of the Walmart and we were like watching it kind of like a drone from above and we're seeing like all these fatties walk around the aisles. What do you know more than basically everyone in there? What topic do you know more? Do you know that you need to eat 1 gram per pound of protein, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight? Then you know more than basically everyone in there. Do you know that microplastics are in 100% of humans? Then you know more than everyone in there. Do you know that sunscreen is actually a scam and there's no research that actually proves that it lowers cancer rates and the sun doesn't actually give you fucking cancer? You know more than everyone in there. What topic do you know more than everyone in this random fucking Walmart? Which topic, which area of your life have you made really good progress in? Is it fitness? Is it money? Is it nofap? Is it your social skills? Is it your dating skills? Is it your looks? Which one have you made a lot of progress in? If you've made no progress in basically everything and you're basically, no offense, like a fucking loser, stick to self-improvement for now and don't be so worried about making money for now because you're, no offense, but you're a very low level human. If you've got nothing that you felt like you've made progress in, money shouldn't really be the goal. Self-improvement, dopamine detoxing, stop consuming fucking weird short form content, porn, video games, whatever. Focus more on self-improvement. If you've got at least one thing, then that's a good time to start business, thinking about making money. If you've got more than one thing, and this is usually where people get stuck, is they think, wait, there's like 2 niches, Hamza, that I could do. I could do fitness, or I could do nofap. I could do testosterone, or I could do diet, whatever. That's where it gets tricky, and this is where some guys will waste weeks or even months of their life debating between which niche to get into, when really this should be like a 10-minute, 5-minute question. If you're thinking between, okay, should it be nofap or testosterone, whatever? Because, you know, I know more about fitness, but testosterone will make me more money. Or I know more about fitness, but the other niche, like the business niche will make me more money. To that, I would say, lower your ego. When a young man tells me this, I ask him, okay, what's the 2 niches you're thinking about? And he'll say something like, okay, well, testosterone, because I got a testosterone test and mine was 900, which is pretty good. Okay, nice. But then also the other one I'm considering is like this other one, let's say nofap. But then he'll say, I want to do testosterone, but nofap's easier to make money with. And I'll just be thinking like, who the fuck are you? Who are you to do, have you done a market analysis to figure out if it's easier to make money? Or someone will say to me like, oh, I want to do that niche, but it's too saturated. And I'm like, bro, you're a fucking kid. You're a fucking basically still a child, right? You're still a fucking child. You've not even started this business. You're talking about saturation. Have you done a market analysis to figure out if this fucking niche is saturated? No, you've not. Fucking lose the ego. You don't, listen to me very carefully. You do not know what is saturated or not. You do not know what is in demand or not. You do not know what is easy to make money with or not. Don't you fucking believe that you know a single thing about business, because you actually don't. So what do you actually know about yourself? What is enjoyable for you? What feels more purposeful for you? What do you find yourself talking about just randomly anyway? What do you find yourself talking about? Do you find yourself talking about fitness more or nofap more? Do you find yourself talking about what, the one niche that's in your mind or the other? Figure it out, and then just stick with one for the next few months minimum. You don't have to overthink. There's so many guys, they hear this topic of the niche and they're trying to like figure it out, and it's really like, numbing their brains. And then they'll come to me, they'll join my program, top link in the description, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've been trying to think of the niche for like 3 months straight. And I'm like, bro, you could have made so much progress if you just fucking grew a pair of balls and you just fucking made some progress anyway. Let me give you an analogy which will always help you from now on when there are 2 directions that you can take. Imagine this. Imagine we're on like a long stretch of a road and we're in a car and we've stopped right there. We're parked because we don't know where to go. We're going to go up, but at the top of this road, imagine we're on this road, right? At the top of this road, we don't know if we should go left or right. We don't know. Is it left or right? We don't know. So we've just parked in the middle of the road. Imagine if we stay parked there for 3 months. Can you imagine this? Like, really imagine we're on a road. At the end of this road, we can go left or right, but we don't know if it's left or right to get to the destination we want to go to. So we just park on this road for 3 months. If you weren't a complete retard, what would you do? If you didn't know to go left or right, what would you just do? You'd drive to the end of the road and take a look. And if you still couldn't find out, you'd be like, fuck it, let's drive that way and see what happens. You drive that way and be like, oh, it's the wrong way. That's okay. Okay, I'll just do a U-turn. I'll come back and go that way. Would you sit here, not taking any action for 3 months straight, just sat on the road because you didn't know if it was left or right? Are you a maniac? The amount of kids who come to me and I'm like, are you a fucking psycho? Do you just sit in your fucking car for 3 months straight because you didn't know if it was left or right? Just fucking go. Literally just fucking go left and just see if it was left. Right? Like, how the fuck? So many guys are like analysis by paralysis. And honestly, I'm not even being mean to you. I'm the fucking retard in this. You know, the first video I posted, you know how old I was? I was like fucking like 11 or 12 years old. I posted to YouTube for the first time, right? I was posting like gaming videos. I posted like a few videos like in real life with my brother. It's a shame I deleted those because this was like, I was 11 years old making like skits, like we were pretending to like have a fight and whatever. And we deleted all those videos. But then for years, I went to high school, I went to college. For years, I knew that I'd be a YouTuber, but I just procrastinated because I didn't know what topic to make it on. I was just like, fitness, yeah, sure, fitness, but I'm not really credible and I don't really know. I might make it on this one or this one or this one. For years, I was basically the metaphorical dumbass, just sat in the car because I didn't know to go left or right. Just fucking go left. Like, think about it. What are you so scared of? This brings us to a bigger point, right? What are you so scared of just choosing a niche? You know what you're scared of? And this is fucking gut-wrenching to say. You're scared of your dad's angry face. You're scared of your teacher's angry face, right? You're scared of making the wrong decision because before, when you were younger and you made the wrong decision and you messed up, someone shouted at you and they gave you like a threat to your nervous system. Because logically, you agree with me. Logically, if you don't know between two niches, and it just in life in general, like two directions, you may as well just choose one and just see what happens. And then if you need to pivot, you can pivot. Logically, you understand that. But emotionally, we're so scared to make a decision like this, like which niche we should go into, which business model, which college, whatever. We're so scared because before, when we were younger, we made some kind of decision and someone who was supposed to take care of us, whether our parents or teachers, they fucking threatened our existence because of it. You're still a scared little boy right now when you think about choosing a niche because you're terrified of seeing like your father's angry face or your mother's angry face or the teacher's angry face. So I get that. But also, look, I empathize with how you feel, but I need to be honest here. You need to grow up. We're not in school anymore. We're not children anymore. Real life is about just taking action, driving in some kind of direction and seeing what happens. The biggest waste of time is just not taking the risk. Because what's the risk? The risk is like you make some videos and it doesn't go so well. Okay, you've lost nothing. The risk is like, oh, well, someone might see it and think it's a bit cringe that you posted this video. You've lost nothing. Who gives a fuck? The gain is astronomical. It's generational wealth. It's purpose in our work that may contribute to millions. But we're so afraid of judgment. We're so afraid of someone seeing us make the wrong decision and then just judging us, basically. And so I need you, quite frankly, with all due respect, grow a pair of fucking balls. Honestly. I can like sit here, I can understand why you feel this way, why you're so scared, like you're basically a pussy to make this decision. I understand that, because I was as well. But when I look back, I'm like, bro, grow a pair of balls. You're scared that someone's going to judge you if you make the wrong decision. You're scared that like, okay, if you go left, you'll waste a couple of hours making content in like a niche that then, you know, within a week or two, you kind of decide, actually, you know what, now that I've started trying to record videos on testosterone, turns out that I actually don't know that much anyway. So yeah, I'll do the other niche, whatever. Really, it's not that big of a deal. Right, so if you're debating between the two, just visualize yourself just sat in the car, just sat there. How long are you going to wait in a parked car for, wondering if you should go left or right? Just fucking choose, bro. Just fucking go left and just see what happens, man. It's not that big of a deal, right? Now, along with the niche, in the same first step that I take to become a YouTuber and hit 100K again, I would think of what my credibility is. I would think, okay, what's the topic that I feel like I can teach? And a large part of that would be based on what I feel like I can teach myself, that I've made progress in. I would really think, okay, what have I made really good progress in? Why would people come to me? What have I got some kind of achievement in? So if I've built a great physique, I'd probably lean on that. If I got like a girlfriend, even though I was like short, I'd lean on that. If I if I was depressed, if I was on antidepressants and then I fixed it with using like self-improvement or something, I'd lean on that. What achievement do I have that other people would want to replicate as well? What's like a really tasty, special dopamine kind of achievement that I've had that other people would want? This is like the combination of what topic am I thinking? And a large part of that is based on, okay, well, what have I actually achieved? What's like one big achievement that I could say? Have I bulked up 50 pounds? Have I got down to 10% body fat? Have I got a beautiful girlfriend? Have I cured some illness or something? What kind of clickbait achievement do I have that will really let me decide which topic to go into? Because then people will want to listen to you more, right? The top link in the description, by the way, is my program to become a YouTuber. And I will literally help you with this decision. We get guys come onto calls with me or write posts, and I literally tell them, okay, this is the niche for you, of course, that's fine. It's super easy to figure out your niche. So if you want to join that, I can literally you can talk to me and I can tell you what niche I would choose for you. So the second step that I would take if I was going to start a new YouTube channel today and to get like 100K subscribers as fast as possible, in a combination of the niche, would be the personality. So niche is the topic that we spoke about, right? So the topic's like NoFap, whatever. Personality is kind of like the character, the vibe that you're gonna be in for your videos. And it complements the niche really well. Let's say the niche is NoFap. NoFap, it's just lots of people make videos on NoFap. It's kind of saturated, whatever. What personality could go really well with NoFap? What if I lean into more of my strict Muslim kind of personality? Think about that. What if I lean into that? What if I almost dress in that kind of way? What if I wear some religious kind of clothing? What if I quote the Quran? Then I'm a NoFap YouTuber who's kind of like a bit wearing like a bit of a costume for the niche. There's a guy who's done this really well. His name is The Liver King. And basically he's a guy who talks about like how to live like as if you're like a caveman, tribal, like that ancestry kind of tribal caveman kind of living. He eats like meat that's like raw and whatever. And his personality is like this angry caveman king. He's massive. He's taking steroids, but he's like massive, big bushy beard, talks like a king. The personality fits the niche so well, like so incredibly well. You don't just want to be someone who's just talking about the niche and you're just like a bit of a fucking nobody. You're easy to forget. The niche for me on my main channel, where I have like 2 million subscribers, was self-improvement. But the reason why I blew up was the personality, because the personality was like this angry, masculine kind of tough love kind of figure. In self-improvement back then, when I started 5 years ago, everyone was a fucking pussy. It was all these dorks with skinny necks, no muscles, talking about self-improvement, 1% better every day, fucking little pussies. I could snap them in half. And I was like, bro, how are all these fucking little dorks talking about self-improvement? And then they'd also say like, yeah, like I've been trying to get into shape, but I keep missing workouts. I was like, what the fuck you on about? Like, self-improvement, 1% better, stoicism. And then they were all fucking out of shape. I was like, that's fucking so weird. So I came on the scene for the first time. Someone in the self-improvement industry came in. Every fucking thumbnail of my YouTube videos was me shirtless or me with a girl talking about, yeah, self-improvement's actually leveling up every area, getting fucking jacked and getting more confidence. The world wanted that personality combined with self-improvement. I blew the fuck up. What is the niche? Then think to yourself, okay, in your niche, what personality do you think the world wants in your niche? What personality, let's say with no fap and avoiding degeneracy, I would probably right now, as of today, I would choose the personality which is quite highly religious, whether Islamic or Christian, in combination with that. Let's say if it's like, if your niche is like testosterone, the personality I'd probably still choose is like the more of the ancestry kind of testosterone, or the scientific dork kind of testosterone. Imagine if you've been reading a bunch of studies, you wear glasses, wear a shirt, and lean into more of that dorky, nerdy, here's what the studies say kind of vibe. I would lean into that. So the first step I would go through is the niche. I would choose the topic. But the second step is I would ask myself, okay, what part of my personality should I really let shine for this content? You're not faking it, because all of us have, bits of our personality which are different. Sometimes we're more vulgar, sometimes we're funnier, and you're just kind of highlighting one. You're turning one up a little bit because you know that's what the world wants and the algorithm will boost it. In real life, I'm not as angry, anywhere near as angry as I am in my videos at all. I'm actually way more goofy and stuff. I have that vibe. It's still me. I still get to rant. Sometimes if you ever see me in public, you'll notice sometimes I'll be there ranting to the boys, talking the same way that I do in my videos. But most of the time I'm actually kind of a lighthearted guy. I'm just laughing, making jokes, whatever. But since I have a part of me that is that sort of angry drill sergeant, stop being a pussy, and I realized that's what I could imagine the sort of world needs in combination with the self-improvement niche, I joined them together. So think about what niche you're going to be in, the topic that you want to talk about, and then think about what personality would really do well with that topic. Like I said, for testosterone, it could be the primal personality. It's the version of you that, for example, is not wearing any modern day jewelry or anything. You're there almost acting you're recording underneath a fucking bush or something to show I'm living this ancestral kind of normal, natural life and my testosterone's so high. Or you might do somewhat of the opposite, which is you sat like a dork wearing glasses and a shirt saying, oh, this is what the studies say. Do you see how that personality would help? What you don't want is the personality of just a fucking normal fucking kid who's talking about testosterone. He's just a kid in his fucking bedroom. And it's why the fuck would I listen to you? I look at you for 1 second, notice that you're not going to say anything. Let's say the niche is studying for the exams, studying for the GCSE, college, whatever exams. What personality do you think would work well with that? One of a nerd, right? The best sort of personality would be you wearing glasses, leaning into the nerdy side, showing how you study for 12 hours a day. Do you see how the personality in combination with the niche is what really packages it together to go super viral? Online, people will only ever give you the advice of the niche, because anyone who gives you advice in business and YouTube, I found that all the people online, they're all quite one-dimensional human beings. They'll only tell you the sort of shit that ChatGPT says. But I've really found, because I've helped hundreds of guys with their YouTube channel, top link in the description, I found that it's your personality in conjunction with the niche that really creates the success. So step one, I would have asked myself, what niche should I get into? What am I credible in? And I'd probably choose bodybuilding, building a physique that's attractive, that can get you girls. My personality in conjunction with that would not be the science-based little pussy dork, whatever, because it's not me. I'd be more of a bro science, loud, aggressive, yeah, fuck, yeah, this is how you can fuck girls, take this picture like this, whatever. I'd be more on the angry bro science kind of vibe in conjunction with my niche, which I would, if I was starting today, I'd probably just lean into the aesthetic bodybuilding style. Okay, we've got the foundation to start posting now. We know what topic we're going to post, and we also know what kind of energy, what kind of personality we're going to show in our YouTube videos. Step 3 is super short. What's our upload schedule going to be? Basically, how often should we upload videos? And to that, I've experimented a lot. I've done daily videos for years in a row. I've uploaded every single day without fail. Then I've done all the way down to once a week, once every 2 weeks. And in general, for the type of content I can imagine 99% of the guys who are watching this would go for, which I'm assuming is, kind of like this. This is called a talking head video, where you just sat there talking to the camera. In general, for basically everyone who's watching this, what I would recommend for your upload schedule is anywhere from 1 to 3 videos a week. What I've found is daily can work, but it's pretty hard to sustain for a lot of beginners. And a lot of beginners who go daily, their videos are just kind of shit. And since they have to record so much, they're just posting a lot of shit, which is kind of it's just bad. It's I'd rather you go to the gym 3 times a week, but with great technique, with safe technique, with good movements, than go every day and basically not even gain muscle because you're just training so much and you're just wasting time and your form's all shit and you're not pushing hard. Every time I see a beginner these days who posts daily like I used to, their videos are always really shit and they get no views because they're not even trying to make their videos better. So I would say maximum for most beginners, I would actually say just 3 times a week. Instead of posting every day, I would say post maximum 3 times a week, maybe even 1, but make sure that every video you really learn and you try and improve things that you can do for the next one. Improving is pretty hard as a YouTuber because you don't really know what to actually improve on. If you go and, YouTube advice or how to get more views, it'll just be basic shit everyone will tell you, spend more time on the thumbnail and the title and stuff, and those things are nice, but in terms of improving your skill on camera, no one will really give you good advice for that, because to do that, they have to actually look at your videos. If only there was a program from someone who's got millions of subscribers who would look at your videos and tell you how to improve, top link in the fucking description. I will literally fucking do that for you. That's what I do every single week. We go on a call. I literally look at my students' YouTube videos and I tell them what specifically to improve on. I should fucking double the fucking price for this program. So top link in the description, 100% come join that. I look at my students' videos and I tell them what to improve on. I also sometimes tell them what videos I think specifically, like, you know, the titles they should make as well. So your upload schedule, 1 to 3 times a week maximum. Instead of posting daily, focus more on posting and then getting your video reviewed by me, by someone else who's big on YouTube. No one else actually that I know of like offers a service like this, which is as cheap as my one. So you can go and have a look at that. And then you get like this action step. Okay, next week, or next time I record, I'm going to follow that one tip that Hamza said. I'm going to do the thing where, you know, he told me to like stare at the camera, or he told me to speak in a different way, or he told me to like show something, whatever. And every single video, you improve your skill a little bit. The big thing is you are just getting better and better with almost every video possible. I have had a few people come up to me, they're like, oh, Hamza, like, I've been posting for months and I still get like 0 views, what's happening? And I look at it, bro, every video is just the same. Every video is just shit, they've gotten no better, they just press record, they just talk, and they don't even try and improve. And I'm like, yeah, bro, because you've put in fucking the least amount of effort possible is you just pressing record and uploading it. Like, that's a good start. If you're a fucking like little retard who's not, you know, able to take action, okay, sure, just do that. It's the equivalent of us telling a fat guy, okay, just come to the gym, don't overthink it, just come to the gym. Just by going to the gym, you'll make some progress. But if you've been going for a couple of fucking months, you better not be just showing up anymore. That's fucking pathetic. If you're going for a couple of months, if you're posting for a couple of months, you're past the stage of just showing up. Now it's time to actually iterate and get better. Before we can do that though, we want to make sure that you're actually hitting your upload schedule. So step 4 that I would focus on is productivity. So if I've just made a new channel, if I reset all of my progress in YouTube, and I've now got my upload schedule, right? So I'm going to post like 3 times a week. To make sure I actually do that, I'm going to level up my productivity. And I think productivity is a huge part of YouTube. And there's a few key tactics you can do that I'll talk about all the time on this channel. One of them is batching. Make sure that you record multiple videos at the same time. I'd say just record like 2 videos on the same day. If you're setting up your camera, getting into the mood, it doesn't make sense to just record one, then need to record again tomorrow or whatever. I think recording like 2 videos and even more can make more sense, because you just kind of put yourself in the right mood compared to you kind of do it once, then you stop, then you miss an upload, you know, 3 days from now because you're sick, whatever. The next one I really recommend for a lot of people is fasting. Don't eat before you're about to go record. I promise your videos will be so much better if you're fasted. You don't eat that morning and you record sometime in the morning. You just maybe have some water, black coffee, and you record on an empty stomach. It'll be so much better. The big mindset with productivity as a YouTuber, as a content creator, you've got to understand is this is like, bro, this is a glorious business model. Honestly, bro, this business model, I swear, you can work like 10 hours a week and make $1 million a year doing it. You know how I know that? I do. I work about 10 hours a week and I make over $1 million a year doing it. How fucking sick is that? Now, let me teach you, look, I've been a full-time YouTuber for about 5 years straight. Let me teach you a weird lesson. Whenever I work more than 10 hours a week, guess what happens? Guess what happens when I grind like fucking crazy? Guess what happens? I make less money. When I work more, when I work harder, I promise you, every single time, I make less money. It's so fucking weird, and I promise I've seen this with a bunch of YouTubers. The reason why is because there's such little actual work to do in this business, like such little work. It's actually so little work you have to do. A few hours, 4 hours to 8 to 10 hours a week. That's it. When you work too much in this business, you know what happens? You start missing some of the most important tasks, which is actually just recording the fucking video. And you start spending time doing stuff that still kind of makes you tired and feels like work, but it doesn't get you the result. Like, for example, replying to videos and editing every little bit of your video and spending ages on the script and all these little things that you feel like would help you, but they actually don't. They actually sometimes make your video worse. Let me give this analogy, right? Let's say to you, I said that you can only work 2 hours a week, just 2 hours per week. What task would you do? every one of us would say, well, I just record 2 to 3 YouTube videos a week. That's it. I just do that. You'd suddenly say, okay, if I only could work 2 hours a week, I probably wouldn't really script my videos. I'd write the smaller script like I do. Like this is my script here. Have a look at this. This is how little, sorry. This is how little I have on my script. The title is in bold there, so just ignore the title. Just look at the amount of words I've got there. It's literally like 1 word, right? Just 10 words on the script. This takes me like literally 20 seconds to write, right? If you could only work 2 hours a week, you'd have an extremely simple script, just kind of telling you what point you're making. So like, right now I'm on the point of productivity. That's it. And I just can go off the top because I'm credible in the niche that I'm talking about, which was point number 1. That's all you'd do. Then you'd record the video because you can only work 2 hours a week. So you'd record like 2-3 videos a week and the 2 hours is almost up. And then you don't even have time to edit. Now that sounds crazy. Wait, well, I'm not going to edit my videos. But imagine I said to you, okay, if you edit your videos, I'll kill you. And you can't afford right now to give someone else the editing. So then you'd be thinking, okay, if I absolutely can't edit, what would be different? Well, I guess I just have to kind of go in like one take. I just have to speak to the camera as if it was a real human conversation. And if I mess up my words, which of course I'm going to do because I'm a beginner, but even I'm advanced, but even I mess up my words all the time. I'd just speak like a human and just kind of say, excuse me, or I'd, just fix the sentence, whatever, as I would do in a normal conversation. And what's interesting is usually when you start doing that, your video actually gets better, especially for more of this like educational style of content that we're going for. With the constraint that you can only work 2 hours a week, your videos might actually improve compared to you working 20 or 40 hours a week. When I first started YouTube and I didn't really know this mindset, and I was working like every day, I would script so many points in my first videos that there was no flow, there was no heart. I constantly would record and I'd stop and then I'd read what I wrote, the next point that I scripted. Okay, then I'd say it, but the emotion was all off because I didn't get into a flow. And then when I'd have to edit, I'd edit the smallest bits, random picture that doesn't add anything, whatever, and it kind of takes away. Then I'd spend ages doing all this extra little stuff that in a weird way would actually lower the success of the video. You don't need to have great editing throughout. You don't need to have like this Mr. Beast style thumbnail that people are fucking hyping up, but you don't need to do that. You need to just give fucking good advice in your video. You need to speak from the heart on the topic, the niche that we said is, playing in the kind of character, the personality that we spoke about, and then just fucking do it productively and do it efficiently that you can consistently keep sticking to your upload schedule and, you just have the consistency of posting for like a year straight and you can blow up. With working more, I swear you end up lowering your results in this business. I swear it. Not so much for the entertainment style channels, the Mr. Beast style channels. Those ones actually benefit from more work. Those ones benefit if you want to go book out some fucking warehouse for this crazy experiment or whatever. Okay, sure. But I make it, this channel's for the guys who want to make YouTube channels, but also more in the education sense. I don't just want to post like fucking brain rot entertainment content for retards. I want to post educational content because 1, it helps people, so I feel purposeful. But 2, when you teach people stuff, they want to buy your courses, your coaching, whatever, so you make more money this way. So in terms of like educational content creation, it's actually better when it's often in one take without all the extra editing where you fucked up the sentence and then you fix it again, whatever. I find my videos are so much better when I literally cue myself to think that my editor's not going to fix anything that I make as a mistake, because then I start getting into like really great flow and I speak way more from the heart than if I have to look at the script like fucking 50 times to read the sentence that I've wrote and then say it, but my brain and my heart's not really connected there. So in terms of productivity, in terms of like, how many hours we're going to work, I actually would suggest for you to lower the hours that you work. I know that sounds crazy because guys like us would love to grind. What I'd say is get your itch of grinding out in a different area, like for example with martial arts, cardio, with something else, with cold approaching, whatever, something that actually benefits from high volume training. YouTube doesn't. Conveniently, interestingly, the other thing I do, like YouTube is a big part of my life, and also bodybuilding is a big part of my life. And bodybuilding doesn't either. Like if you go to the gym 3 times a day, you're not going to make more gains. I promise. If you work 3 times as hard on YouTube, you're not going to make more gains. In an entertainment channel, like Mr. Beast will say on his podcast, yes, you will. But I'm telling you, it's not the same with this kind of content. It's not. So productivity is a weird one in this, where we actually want to be more efficient and we want to have a time lock I promise I know it's so strange, but I promise if you limit yourself to maybe 1 to 2 hours of work per day, or maybe 10 hours per week, you'll make more progress than the version of you that's allowing yourself to work so much. Because the version of you that says, okay, I'm just going to work like 4 hours a week, for example, really extreme, 4 hours a week, maybe 1 day or 2 days, I'm just going to record like 3 YouTube videos and upload them. That's all I'm going to do. That version of you is going to do the videos, right? But he has so much free time. What's he going to do? Of course, you're not just going to sit around doing nothing. You're going to go level up your self-improvement. You're going to go and meditate more. You're going to go and journal more. You're going to go and have more conversations with people. And then when you have those conversations, you'll be getting video ideas and you know, you'll show up to your content better. You'll sleep more. You won't set an alarm to wake up early. You'll just think, yeah, fuck it, I don't need to work so much. I'll sleep like 10 hours a night, and your brain gets better. Then you do 1 hour of meditation a day. You do all these things that actually will make the content you do better. The version of you that says, nah, I want to grind. Yeah, I'm masculine. All men must do martial arts. Shut the fuck up, right? The cringe version of you that's in like the fake masculine, pseudo-masculine kind of grind that works really hard. He works 5 times hours more. Guess what? He sets an alarm to wake up early. He doesn't sleep as much. He doesn't connect as much with friends. He doesn't exercise and get as much sunlight. Either way, you're still going to post the same number of videos. But interestingly, the videos you post when you're in more of the grind mode actually usually will do worse, because you'll be so dysregulated and your energy will almost seem kind of disgusting because you'll be slightly sleep deprived and you'll just be coming off as like way more needy. You've been watching 4 hours of like YouTube content, how to get views on YouTube, how to title YouTube, what thumbnail on YouTube. You'll be like watching so much content on YouTube, your brain will just be fucking fried. At the end of the week, whether you work 4 hours or 40 hours, you're still going to post the same number of videos, like 3 videos. The only difference is, I swear to God, the version of you that only worked 4 hours, his videos will perform more because you can sense it when you watch his videos that he is living a happy, fulfilled life. A YouTube video, I swear, is like a date with a girl. It's not about just being there for as many hours as possible. It's not. It's about being in the most attractive energy possible. And that's conveyed not through your words, but just through subconscious kind of body language and the way you look and the subtle smiles and whatever. You can tell when someone on camera is living a happy life or a shit life. And if we are educational content creators, and we're basically teaching people how to become more like us, you best be living a good life. You best be living like a happy, fulfilling life. That's why I really think if you limit your hours to just 4 to 10 per week, I really believe the videos you post will actually get more well received than if you work crazy loads. Because the advantage is when you're not working as much and you're not like constantly asked, like you're not stressed about the results, your brain just gets to relax and it gets to just creatively come up with new ideas, and you just feel so much more intelligent, and you make sure you're aligned to like the real thing you're trying to grow, which is like, an audience of people who fit the niche that you're going for, who might buy the products that you make in the future. When you're all dysregulated and trying to work as hard as possible, like Andrew Tate kind of mode, in this business, I found it actually doesn't serve you at all, and you end up getting worse results because people can take one look at your YouTube videos and see that you're actually, in a weird way, they can tell you're not living like a very happy life. So in a weird way, productivity in this example is actually doing far less, because either way, as long as you produce and upload like the 3 YouTube videos a week that you're going for, you've basically maximized the amount of work that you can do anyway. And it only needs to take like a couple hours to make like 3 YouTube videos a week. It only needs to take like 4 hours, honestly. So more than that, you're just fucking shooting yourself in the foot. It's like okay, go to the gym and lift weights, fine, you'll make gains. But don't go and do like 30 sets a week for chest. Don't go and train chest like every 2 days and do 10, 15 sets. Because if you're doing that, I guarantee you're not going to make the same amount of muscle than if you went to the gym, let's say if you train chest like 3 times a week for 5 sets each one. 5 hard sets, you push really hard, you progressively overloaded, you'd make more muscle that way, and it'd be like 5 times quicker, and you'd be less likely to get injured, and you'd be less likely to get burnout. Right? Think about it in terms of bodybuilding. If you did a crazy amount of sets for chest in the week, you'd actually make less fucking muscle. How crazy is that? You'd be more likely to burn out and just quit, and it's not sustainable, whatever. So you see how crazy the difference is. Doing more in this business model literally gets you less. So you've got to have the discipline to do less. You know how discipline usually is doing more in a lot of areas. Discipline for us, when we were like little idiots who, are just living shit lives and we're playing video games when we were all younger, discipline was was like, okay, starting to do the work, stop playing games, go to the gym, whatever. Discipline in this business model for most guys like us who are watching, I swear, discipline is not about doing more. It's about having the discipline to do less. Because think about it, doing more is, in a weird way, for the kind of guys who are watching this video, doing more is kind of easy for us, right? We want to do more. Think about it. We want to do more. So that's not discipline. That's easy. That's complacency. That's weakness. Discipline is doing the hard thing, not always doing more. It's harder to resist working all day. It's harder to tell your brain, hey, listen, we've already made the YouTube video. Stop obsessing over the results. Stop checking the fucking YouTube analytics every day. That's not going to help you. That's going to turn you into this weird ADHD emotional kind of creature, right? You're not even like correctly analyzing the data properly. You're not using mathematical equations like you should do as a data analyst. Every day you're just checking the YouTube analytics and coming up with false conclusions from data that you've not analyzed properly. You're living in this weird dysregulated mode. That's the lack of discipline. The discipline will be you sitting down, busting out the essential work, and then not staring into the computer screen, YouTube analytics, other YouTube channels, whatever. Stop thinking about YouTube. Go out and live the best life you possibly can. And I guarantee when you come back to record videos next week, you will be so attractive to your viewers, so much more. That's the real productivity and discipline here. That's what I wish I knew years ago. That's what I would be leaning into if I had to start YouTube again. I'd restrict myself to probably about 4 to 10 hours maximum a week for 4 hours for like one channel. I have like 3 channels I post on right now, but I'd be super restrictive. And by the way, I wouldn't recommend you make multiple channels right now. I'm like 5 years into this game. I've got multiple products. It's a bit different for you. And if I was starting in this example, I'd just have one channel for the first 1 to 2 years. Like I had one channel only for like 2-3 years straight. When you hit 100K, 500K subscribers after 1-2 years, that's when you can consider like a second channel. Don't fucking go make like 3 right now. Just trust me, it won't help you. Step number 5, and probably the most important, is the psychology. This is the huge part. If you are out of the sort of, the weak levels of like being able to show up. Basically, most guys, when they start something like YouTube or going to the gym, whatever, the hard thing for them is starting and making the content and choosing the ideas and whatever. And most people just procrastinate that. If you're the type of guy who no offense to them, but you're not a weak person and you can just choose the niche pretty quickly and you can start uploading pretty quickly, what you'll find is you'll start getting some momentum. You'll get to 100 subscribers, few hundred subscribers, a few thousand subscribers. This is where the issue for you, the danger, is no longer the lack of productivity, showing up and recording the video, whatever. The danger is not even, okay, you're not getting many views, whatever. The danger for most people who are out of those like lower levels, which if you're watching this, it might be you if you've already got like hundreds of subscribers, you've got a good flow with your videos, upload schedule. The danger becomes your psychology. When you yearn too much for the results, you will change shit so fast. You know how previously I just mentioned the YouTube analytics and how many guys, they just fucking look at it every day. The psychology is all fucked up. When you're desperate for views, you'll check the analytics every day. You'll falsely analyze the data. You're not a data analyst, right? You're not a fucking data analyst. You'll see that your views went up one day and you'll create a false conclusion with your shitty data analyst, just like thinking, oh yeah, because it was like that day, the video was 7 minutes, so I should just do 7-minute videos right now. It's like, no, you don't know how to fucking analyze data. Stop trying to create conclusions. But the psychology is that you're so desperate for views that instead of living a happy, fun life, spending time with friends, going to the gym, meditating for an hour, sleeping 10 hours, you're just staring in front of the computer screen, desperate for results. Your psychology is all fucked up. You're desperate, you're needy, and then you'll change some shit, you'll show up on camera, and you'll be disgusting to the viewer. Just like you're disgusting on a date when you're desperate for sex. See, it's very similar. A YouTube video and a date is very, very similar. The psychology of the guy who really yearns for the results here, he ends up doing stupid shit, bro. I couldn't tell you. In my program, I have guys who are fucking killing it. Thousands of subscribers. They're starting to get a sale in their program, the sort of program that I would get someone on, I explain, topic in the description, right? They're getting sales, everything's good, and then they'll randomly like post like 2 weeks later, like, oh, I fucked it all up. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And they're like, yeah, like, so I was posting daily, but I thought I shouldn't post daily, so then I changed it all, and now I'm not getting views and sales anymore. I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Everything was going well. Take your fucking hands off, man. Like once you get to the point when you're consistently uploading, you're getting a bit of results, stop changing shit. Stop fucking experimenting with shit. You've got your upload schedule, you've got your format. Stop fucking random. I'll have guys who, oh, do you think I should change my niche now? I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You've just fucking started posting a few months ago. You would just hit 1K, 2K, you're getting sales. Why the fuck are you changing shit now? But the reason why you change stuff when stuff is working is because your psychology is so fucked up. You're so desperate for results. And then you start fiddling with stuff. You start changing stuff. You saw this maybe with me on my main channel, 2023, 2024. I've got 1 million, 2 million subscribers. And I started to change the format. Because you're desperate for results. You're changing the format, you're changing the length of the video, the style of the video, and you end up just fucking shaking the boat that eventually, most likely, you kill all the fucking momentum. I've had guys who literally come to me, they're doing so well, making thousands of dollars a month, getting thousands of followers a month, and then they're literally debating if they should go fuck it all up. I had one fucking guy, I swear to God, in the program. He joined the program. Within like 1 or 2 months, he got to $14,000, and he was at basically zero when he started. Amazing progress. And guess what? He comes in one day and he's like, I fucked it all up. I refunded everyone. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like I just got like this epiphany that like money's bad and it's evil, and my family told me that, you know, I'm obsessed with money, so I refunded everyone, and then I was depressed for a few weeks, and then I realized like, what the fuck did I do? And I was like, what the fuck, are you retarded? Are you fucking retarded? Why the fuck did you do that? When you are like, basically when you're so desperate for results, just like when you're desperate for pussy, you act in really weird ways. Like imagine how a guy acts when he's really desperate for a girl's pussy. You know, he's not like him anymore. He's weird. He bends over backwards. He'll say the weirdest shit. He'll stare at her. He'll think about her. He's checking the phone. He's not like focused on his life anymore. He's just weird. Is he the guy who gets the girl? He really wants the pussy. He really wants the girl, right? Is he the one who gets her? Fuck no. Who's the guy who gets the girl? Think about it. What kind of guy gets the girl? Is it the one who's desperate? Is it the one who's checking the analytics, like checking what time she's replied? No, never. The guy who gets the girl is in a weird way. He almost doesn't really give a shit if he gets her. The guy who blows up on YouTube, I swear to God, it's the same thing. It's not the one who checks the analytics, just like the fucking beta male checks when she last replied to his message, she took 7 minutes, so he'll take 14 minutes, or any fucking autistic shit like that. The guy who blows up on YouTube doesn't even fucking barely look at the fucking analytics, just uploads videos from the heart and just consistently uploads because it's fun for him. He's not desperate for the results. He's happy with where he's at right now. You know what's so interesting? Fat loss is the same. What type of person actually loses weight? Is it the one who's desperate, standing on the scale 4 times a day? Is it the one who's like hates his fucking body? No, it's the one who's on a cut, who doesn't even feel like they're really on a fat loss phase, and they're actually pretty happy with their physique right now, and they just intuitively smile and say, okay, I'll just probably eat a little bit less calories and I'll move a bit more, and they end up losing weight consistently. This is so weird for me to say, but I promise, trying and yearning and being needy and desperate so much will actually steal your results away. So what does this practically mean? Stop being so needy and desperate for the results of your YouTube channel and go and get a fucking life. Honestly, you need a life. You need to just go live the healthy life. You know how like everyone's so locked in these days? You need to go live a fucking healthy life, bro. It's almost 12 o'clock on a Thursday. We finish this video in a few minutes. I'm going to go to the mall with like 6 of my fucking friends. We're just going to go and like just go buy clothes and fuck around. This morning I woke up next to my girl. We were eating food. We were reading books and stuff. I'm living a full and vibrant life. Now I'm not checking YouTube analytics like a fucking dork, and my business is doing really fucking well. You've got to get out of this yearning, this desperation for pussy, for fat loss, for YouTube results, because it pushes the result away. When you're so needy, the thing you want runs away from you. I promise, you know this is true with girls. I promise it's the same with the YouTube success. When someone becomes so desperate for results, the results run away. Why? Because what is the result? Well, it's people, right? Think about it. If you're desperate for friendship, if you're desperate for girls, you push them away. When you're desperate for views and subscribers, what are views and subscribers? It's people. They can literally sense it in your video if you're desperate for them. They can sense that you're in this needy mode. They can sense that you're the dork who looks at YouTube analytics every day. Bro, I could not tell you the last time I looked at YouTube analytics. I could not tell you. I know when you first start off, you're probably a psychopath. You check it like almost every day. I promise, you're not a fucking data analyst. You don't know what the fuck that data even fucking means. I don't. So unless you're going to hire someone to analyze the data for you, don't even look at it. You're like the fat fucking white woman who wants to lose weight, and she steps on the scale like 6 times a day. She steps on it at like 9 p.m. and she's like, oh my God, I've gained 14 pounds. It's like, no, you fucking retard, and you've just got water weight because it's the end of the fucking day. And now guess what? She's going to jump off her diet because now she's depressed and she's going to eat ice cream at nighttime because she tracked data wrong. Data is the fucking enemy for like 99% of people. You like fucking retards, I'm the fucking biggest retard. You buy the fucking Aura Ring Whoop tracker and you wake up like, oh man, my HRV 76, 1 hour REM sleep. Shut the fuck up. You don't know how to analyze data. You've got one fucking data point and you're like, oh man, that's crazy. You don't know how to analyze fucking data. Never look at the fucking YouTube analytics. I promise it only makes your videos worse. You only look at them if 1, you're really good at analyzing data, or 2, you have an entertainment channel, because then it's really easy to analyze the data. Okay, what's the retention, whatever. But here's the thing. If your psychology is all fucked up, you're trying to optimize your business as if it's an entertainment style content when it's educational. You're trying to maximize the retention, the click-through rate, but those things don't even matter when it's educational. Andrew Huberman, the doctor from Stanford, he has 6 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. He's changed the world. I guarantee his CTR, I guarantee his retention is fucking shit. Mr. Beast would cry his eyes out when he sees that Andrew Huberman probably gets 10 or 20% retention. But why is he so successful? Why is he so respected? Why does his videos still get millions of fucking views? Because with educational videos, it doesn't actually, it doesn't matter if you've got low CTR retention, whatever. So that's just one more point to tell you. Look, when you care too much about the YouTube results, you'll be watching guides on YouTube, right? I know that sounds like fucking egotistical, but I promise anyone you're watching on YouTube apart from me is giving you shit advice. I swear to God, I've never seen like one fucking good YouTube video about growing on YouTube. They're all the ones that will make your CTR and watch time. That shit will make you make worse fucking videos. Forget everything. Imagine I've got a gun to your head and I say, okay, listen to me, buddy. The only thing you can do is record videos 4 hours a week. If you do more than that, I'll shoot you, I'll shoot your mother. Imagine if I did that to you. You'd be like, okay, 4 hours a week, I can just record a couple of YouTube videos. I can, write the 10 points for a script, whatever, okay? And, get a couple of YouTube, video ideas, whatever. That's it. 4 hours. Then you'll be like, okay, well, I'm kind of bored. I've got so much free time. You're not allowed to research fucking YouTube, Mr. Beast podcast fucking bullshit. You're not allowed to watch all these fucking docs. How to get more views, click-through rate, watch time, all of that's fucking bullshit. Trust me when I say you don't need any of that. You just need to make the best video, like the heartfelt advice video possible. That's the only thing you need to do. That's the only thing. If you add in more, I promise it will be worse. It will literally be worse. Don't do that. Don't focus more on the fucking CTR retention. Don't be desperate for the results, looking at the fucking YouTube analytics. Just speak from your heart for 3 videos a week. You script, like you've seen mine, 5-10 words, just so you know, okay, what's the point I'm going to speak about for 5 minutes. Just speak as if you're speaking to the person who needs this advice and just give them the best heartfelt advice you possibly can. That is the way you blow up in this educational style YouTube video. That's the way. As soon as you think more than that, you're thinking about click-through rate, retention, all this stuff, bro, I promise you will do so much worse. But then, since what I'm telling you doesn't take much time, the biggest psychological problem is you've got to go live a fucking life. Everyone else is grinding every day. Our ego, me and you, our ego is attached to grinding every day. So then we want to work really fucking hard, right? We want to work hard, but I'm telling you that won't help you. Do you want to work or do you want results? You want results. So maximize the results by working for a few hours a week and then get a fucking life. My fucking friends at the door knocking twice on the door because we're going to the fucking mall. If I grinded all day, I'd make less money. That's the big lesson here. Follow this fucking advice. I promise it will change the game for you. And the top link in the description is my program, ECC. If you are wanting to fucking crush it in this business model, I will be like your right-hand man. I will teach you everything you need to know. There's a full course in there, step by step. Imagine modules like this, like lessons like this, and no one else on YouTube gives. Everyone else's advice on YouTube, I swear to God, is shit. I've watched them all. Click-through rate, watch time retention, that shit is not fucking relevant for us men who have got souls, who are making educational, purposeful videos. You need a different kind of psychological mindset with this. And then inside of my program, top link in the description, you literally come on calls with me. No one I've fucking hired, me, every Sunday. And I look at my students' videos and I literally tell them what to make. I tell you, okay, what you need to do to improve, what videos you should make next. And it's fucking huge. I should fucking double the price very soon because it's too fucking good. Top link in the description. Come join that right now. Goodbye. Wow.